Good morning, beloveds. Yeah, you can see just the tip of that head. One of these days, maybe I can get him to show you those bright, brilliant green eyes. But, I'm trying to raise him up, but I also don't want to freak him out and make him run away. Because I think he's about to leave me anyway, because Tom's doing something interesting in the other room. Okay. I'm running a little late today, but I figured a little late is better than waiting until doing it tonight when I'm tired. So I had my 1 month follow-up for my cataract surgery. And the good news is my eye is completely healed. All the restrictions are lifted. Everything looks fantastic, which is great. And now I'm going to have the other eye done. And she squeezed me in for September 14th. So yay. I can hopefully will soon in about 3 weeks, I will stop living the pirate life. Just under 3 weeks, I will stop living the pirate life. So, which is good. Yeah. Apparently his wife has the same prescription as I do, and so he understands the problem that I've been having. So we're excited. Yay. Okay. So it is August 26th. Our title is I Enjoy My Own Being. I think I'm going to need the glasses today. Oh, okay. Glasses on, glasses off. All right. I enjoy my own being, for they that satisfieth the longing soul and filleth the hungry soul with goodness. That is Psalm 107:9. A person is a concrete knower. They are the consciousness of spirit, individualized, the personality of God multiplied. That is Science of Mind, page 396. We all need to understand who and what we are. Creations of the infinite being with an active creative mind. As such, we must have periods of quiet and contemplation in order to stay balanced and aware. It is not enough for us to go about life being busy all the time, never paying attention to the need to just be. Just as we are taught to be considerate of other people, so must we be considerate of ourselves. We are meant to love and be loved, and we have a deep need to experience the presence of the universal love within us through self-acceptance, quiet contemplation, and meditation. When we become quiet inside, we can hear the message our own souls have for us. I feel unappreciated and unloved by those I consider important to me. I am tired. I need a break. We ignore these messages to our detriment, for our inner self always knows what we need. Let us luxuriate in the presence of God, in healing, peace, renewal, and most especially in the joy of simply being ourselves. God creates all that is, and I daily use divine wisdom in all that I think, say, and do. I sink quietly into the love of God. I satisfy my needs for quiet, for peace, for perfect inaction and quality time with my own thoughts and feelings. I give thanks for the wonderful sense of oneness with God that is mine now and always. And that is MS. That is Margaret Stortz. And what I'm reminded of, I'm going to take my glasses off for a minute. What I'm reminded of in this reading is Dr. Goswami. I took 2 classes with Dr. Goswami, and one of the classes I took was called Quantum Doctor. And I highly recommend Quantum Doctor because he's a nuclear physicist who wants to meld metaphysics with medicine. As Jesse likes to say, William James called us the religion of healthy mindedness. But what Dr. Goswami says is Goswami says that we are human beings, not human doings. So it is up to us to take the time to rest. Because there's so much going on. This world is so busy. And we are busy all the time. And we need to make sure that we are taking time for ourselves. We need to take some time to be quiet. We need to take some time to rest. We need to take some time to do nothing. We need to take some time to be in the silence. And not necessarily just in our spiritual practice. There is a spiritual practice of doing nothing. I recommend the loving, kind, compassionate thing as a spiritual practice because it absolutely is. And it speaks to what she says. Self-acceptance, self-love. We need to take care of ourselves. We have a responsibility to take care of the vehicle, but we also have a responsibility to take care of that spirit, that soul, to make sure that we are listening, to make sure that we are getting what we need. I think that was brought home a little bit to me recently when I ended up taking the time off to have my first eye done. Then ideally, it was like, it was in that, when that was all going on, that I kind of had brought home to me how much people do, one, care about me, and two, how valuable I can be to them, by their responses to the difficulties that I had. 'Cause I had some difficulties. It was interesting to go from, being legally blind to being able to see out of one eye, and the little things, and just, that they're making allowances. These people are making allowances for, the difficulty that I'm having, and how much more tired I can be because my eyes don't line up in my brain. So, they're, and I think I needed that reassurance. And so it was very helppful to get that reassurance. And it came obliquely. Nobody came right out and say, although a couple of times, one person has said, Lisa, we need you healthy. So it's been, and it reminded me that I have to take care of myself. I need to make sure that I take. So when I recommend taking a nap, taking a walk, taking a deep breath, yes, I want you to enjoy things, but I also want you to remember your body needs rest. You need rest. Your soul needs rest. And that was one of the things that I really enjoyed when I did the school retreats, because that's what they were. They were rest. They were time to be together with people who are going through the same journey as you. But they also taught you self-care and how important that self-care is. So, I like the title. I enjoy my own being. I like being in my own skin. I like who I am. Now, I have done a whole lot of work to get there. And so I'm not saying that, that's going to be something that you can just flip on like a switch. I have done a whole lot of work to get there, and it's continuing work. I do continue to work on it because I have bumps. You will have bumps. And so when you get those bumps, then you need to make sure that you do things to remind yourself. You are a human being. You are allowed to be, not a human doing. So make sure that you are taking that time to rest. I don't know what to do with the two quotes. I'm just going to let the two quotes go. 'Cause, all right. But she starts out, we all need to understand who and what we are. Creations of the infinite being with active creative minds. As such, we must have periods of quiet and contemplation in order to stay balanced and aware. Quiet and contemplation. And that can look like reading a good book. That can look like listening to an interesting lecture. But it's also, she's reminding us we do need some quiet. If the noise is constantly going around us, we're going to lose our minds. And that's not going to do anybody, including you, us, any good. Okay. Just as we are taught to be considerate of other people, so must we be considerate of ourselves. And honestly, I would say probably, if not half, a third of what I learned in ministerial school was self-care. You have to take care of yourself before you can care for others. So, and I was never a mother, but that is a lesson that mothers need to learn. Because as women, we're expected to take care of everybody else, and we're always supposed to be last on our list. And mothers have it worse than just, women without children. You gotta put yourself at the first of your list sometimes. In fact, more than half the time, you should be first on your list. Take care of yourself first, and then you will have all of that energy and that space and that time to take care of others. Okay? Put yourself first on your list. We are meant to love and be loved, and we have a deep need to experience the presence of universal love within us through self-acceptance, quiet contemplation, and meditation. Self-acceptance, quiet contemplation, and meditation. Right there. Those three things. Self-acceptance. And like I said, I've done a lot of work. I've been in therapy 2 or 3 times, or maybe 3 or 4 times. So, and it's helpful. It is helpful. So if you want to do the therapy route, then do the therapy route. You want to do the practitioner route, then do that. If you want to continue to take classes, please do that. Do the work to get to that self-acceptance. It is super, super important. It is super valuable. And that is how we make a world that works better for everybody. When we can accept ourselves, then we can accept other people. And yes, I know sometimes accepting other people is easier, but accepting yourself, that's the real work. That's the real work. Because once you accept yourself, it's a whole lot easier to accept a lot more. Okay. I like that she says we ignore these messages that are detriment. For our inner self always know what we need. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, because I just love this line. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to let us luxuriate in the presence of God, in healing, in peace and renewal, and most especially in the joy of simply being ourselves. All right? Let us luxuriate in the presence of God. And the best way we can do that is to be ourselves. And if we can give ourselves permission to be ourselves, then we can give other people permission to be themselves. And one of the greatest gifts that you can give another person is when you are authentically yourself in their presence, you are giving them permission to be authentically who they are, to be their authentic selves. And no words need to be exchanged. No words need to be exchanged. So that is the mission today. I'm asking you to luxuriate in the presence of God. And the good news is the presence of God is always around you. And of course, we're going to talk about that spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. Because you deserve your own love, your own kindness, your own compassion. Absolutely. You're a beloved child of God. You deserve that. And when you practice on yourself, you are setting yourself up for a first response, a habit, a default setting. So when you meet people who need a little extra kindness, compassion, and love, you have a bank of it to draw on. You have a bank of it to draw on. We want to make a world that works for everybody. What better place can we start than with self-acceptance? It's our work to do. We're constantly working on ourselves. Don't think just because, we graduate from ministerial school, we get licensed, we get ordained, that we stop working on ourselves. Honestly, that's when the work begins in earnest. And in Ernest Holmes. So, that's kind of funny. Because we have spent all of this time learning who we are. So we do these things. We practice love, kindness, and compassion on ourselves so that we can serve others, so that we can be there for others, so that we can help them come to a place of self-acceptance for themselves. So, and you don't have to be a minister or a practitioner to do that. You just have to be who you are, authentically, with a deep sense of love, a deep sense of self-acceptance, and a deep sense of peace. And do we have it 100% of the time? No. But we know how to get there. And that's love, kindness, compassion. Self-acceptance. Okay. All right. So I do need to go to work. So, I got a couple of things that I got to do before I get there. He's not expecting me before noon, but I intend to be there by 11. So, I am going to do all the other things that I encourage you to do, which is to, encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. Unless this is your day of rest, because Friday is now my day of rest, and it's still weird. It's still weird. Going to the gym on Sunday is even weirder. But, hey, got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself, right? So do something to engage your mind and your body. Please drink plenty of water. It is still bloody hot out there, so make sure you're hydrating. Get that early in your day bright light. There is no sun this morning. I don't know if we're going to get rain now or if it's just going to be cloudy, but get that early in your day bright light to reset your hormones. And open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you all the time. It is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. It is an inside out job. It means that you can create heaven where you are. Because you pull it out from within. So go meet your source. Okay. Catch us on all the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan. You want to know what's going on with the center? Because we do have a food market tomorrow, up in the Tamina area. We are going to be on the Oak Ridge Elementary campus, which is different because we bid at the 9th grade campus, but they're moving us one spot. It's just one spot over. And hopefully we'll get some shade. Oh, yeah, those parking lots. And we're going to be there from 11 to 3. So got time. But email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact list. The hot links are hot. And then if you want to come to the food market, the hot links are hot. And I think that's what I know. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day of Friday. Because it is Friday. Getting good news, scheduling on to getting stuff done, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. And I will tell you that every day because I know it's the truth. And I'm going to tell you until you believe it too. All right? Self-acceptance. That's the lesson today. Luxuriate in the presence of God, because God is all around us. God is within us. Yay. Okay. And I think Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. because I'm going to get up and go to the park. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go see my blue jays and my squirrels. And then I'm going to go to the food market. So, I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you next time. Know that you're loved.